dollar is going weaker over a number of years. Say stuff like Canada isn't a country, or Greenland would be better under America and we're going to take it one way or the other. These are very un-American things to be saying. Hey guys, I hope you're all keeping well. Long time no see, and silver is getting interesting again. $36 is where it's at today. Support at 35, which is really positive, up 20% this year. That's really good for something that we haven't seen do anything for a very long time, especially not reacting with gold, or not even reacting properly with the pandemic. It's just good to see it start actually moving. And why is that? Take your pick. There's a million and one reasons why it should be higher than it actually is, or that it's just not matching gold. Who knows? I don't think anyone actually knows. The outlook for 2025, and not the fake outlook of $100 an ounce or $1,000 an ounce. That's just ludicrous. It's not going to happen. But we're thinking 38 all the way to $50 an ounce. That's really good. Now, we haven't seen 50 since 2008, but to get there, it's going to have to mean that there's going to be a crazy war, or the tariff trade not working in Donald Trump's favor, or some crazy thing like that. Let's hope it doesn't go that crazy, but I don't think it'd be out of the ordinary to hit 40 by the end of the summer. That's just a guess. Okay. Looking at the silver price here in Europe, we're talking what you actually can buy 1 ounce for physical silver for is €41. €40 if you're in Germany, and if you're, I've seen it go privately, €40 per ounce, and that means any ounce. In America, I was only checking just there, and $40 an ounce. So you're gonna ask a lot more than spot price for your silver. I assume everybody's still buying from APMEX, but there you go. So yeah, 40 seems to be across the board, $40 or €40. Of course, like, monetary policy is one of those things that is crucial. They're going to have to cut rates. That's one of the things that is going to help the silver price. It's overdue. They need to cut the rates. And a weaker dollar. I mean, the dollar is going weaker over a number of years. The money is going to flow into Europe. Europe will be spending huge amount of money. They need to get a military. Until they get a military, that costs an awful lot of money, and so they'll be spend, print. When America is doing the exact opposite. It's trying to limit the amount to get rid of the debt. Yes, in theory, you think that works, but America, the whole economy works on debt. The moment that you stop printing is that it's over, and so you need to print to keep everything going, and you're not getting out of date. What is it, 85% of the budget? It's on debt, interest, and entitlements. There's very little wiggle room for America to do anything with any kind of. Actually, there's a really good video. Let me put that on. So this is a really good video here. This is Alexis Com. You probably know him, but check out this video. I'll leave a link in the description. Is the US debt liability the truth about the 37 trillion crisis? That's an interesting watch. So you keep the printing press on, you have to keep it going. I mean, from the inception of the country, it's been debt, print. That's how America's economy has worked. That's why it's been so successful. You can't just switch that off. Let me know down in the comment section if you think I'm wrong. Also, it doesn't help that, international opinion of America has gone down hugely. When you say stuff like Canada isn't a country, or Greenland would be better under America and we're going to take it one way or the other. These are very un-American things to be saying. It's not looking good for the country in terms of wanting to be friends with the rest of the world, and you need the rest of the world to have a strong dollar. Always an interesting one, especially lately, is the supply deficit. So we've been seeing and literally reading about this since 2021, that there is a supply deficit for silver. It's written about an awful lot in 2024, and it's continuing, and they say that there's going to be a huge I've been hearing this on YouTube since 2015. The thing about it I have a problem with is that I haven't actually physically seen it. I've never seen a company say, well, we can't make our solar panels because we don't have enough silver. We can't make this EV, or we can't make EVs because we don't have enough silver. And bullion has always been available for people to buy. So it's just very, very difficult for me to actually when you don't physically see it, it's very difficult. Please let me know down in the comment section if you can prove me in any way. Give me some proof that this is actually happening, because I certainly haven't seen it in a practical way. One thing I do find very interesting, though, lately, for the first time ever, is the manufacture of solar panels and EVs, that we're actually getting closer to that 2030 date, and they're expecting 350 million EVs by then. So what we're taking 25 grams to 50 grams of silver to make one EV. If we split that in the middle, it's like 27 grams, and we do the math on that's 416. So over 416 million troy ounces will be used between now and 2030. So that's a lot, and we're expecting to mine between now and then 850 million to 1 billion troy ounces. So that's like half of what we're expecting, and that's just to put it in EVs, whether you like them or not. That's the way we're going. EVs are going to be more popular. Eventually we're going to get to a place where we're not using petrol, diesel, that kind of thing for everyday use. So that is interesting. Let me know what you think. A lot of that as well, or 30% of that, will be recyclable. So those figures are very loosely. I literally did them 10 minutes before I did this video, and it doesn't matter whether we're talking about the weakening dollar or monetary policy or supply deficits or the industry, the green industry using a lot more silver. I think it all boils down to the fact that we are living in a really weird, scary time. We've got 2 wars, none of them are showing signs of stopping. It's increasing all the time. People are angry. There's riots in America, there's riots in Europe. People are screaming in other people's faces. You're one side or the other. There's no middle ground. And if you're one side, you can't talk to this person that's this side, and this person can't talk to you. And if you do say something that might be only a little bit that way, you're offending somebody, or that person won't talk to you. It's absolutely ridiculous. We're getting into groupthink. And society now is only people are hanging around with like-minded individuals, but it's going too far, because it's not. If you're in any ways a little bit different, you're out. They won't talk to you. Or if you have an opposing view, they won't talk to you, because they're so stringent. Everything is so one way, and that's a huge problem. And so with that, it brings uncertainty. And when you have uncertainty, it filters through society, it filters up to the market, it filters through to money, and people get worried. The dollar gets weaker. People then look for other assets. And that's what we're seeing here. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. And thanks. If you watched all the way to the end, thank you for letting me spitball. I don't do this often, but I'm interested in your thoughts down below. Guys, take it easy. Have a good one. Bye-bye. And by the way, it's okay if we don't agree. It's all right. It's not a bad thing.